Okay, so for today's video topic, I will be talking about the police officer in Venom 2 and that scene where his eyes glowed. And everyone has been wondering, who is he, or what is he, or what happened to him? Well, I figured that out, and I will be explaining it to you guys in this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you enjoy this video, and yeah, let's get into it. So, in Venom 2, the movie, we see in the scene of Venom and Carnage fighting, Screech is fighting her arch nemesis police officer because he was the one that shot her, and she wanted to get revenge on him. So she pushes him off of a some type of like stair thing or something like that, and he lands on like a stick or a pole, and everyone thought that he died. But right after the fight between Venom and Carnage ended, it cuts right back to him and shows that his eyes are glowing, and he says monsters. Now everyone is wondering, like, what does this mean and who is he? And I actually figured that out. I was doing a lot of research, and this took me it took me a very long time to figure this out. But it reads in the Marvel Encyclopedia that Carnage, he made his own offspring, and it caught on to the police officer Mulligan, and that made Toxin. That's right. This the police officer is another symbiote, and that symbiote name, as I just said, is Toxin. And yep, that is literally it. Peace out. Psych! I was just kidding. That was not the end of the video. I have some more information for you guys about the symbiote Toxin. And yeah, let's get into that. Okay, the first thing that we will be talking about about Toxin is the first time Mulligan actually transformed into Toxin. Now in the comics, basically, so after he's done with him like getting hurt, and he got back to the police office or whatever, he noticed that everything about him just gets better. He runs faster. He's like, he just feels like way better, like normally. And because of this, he is able to capture criminals very easily, such as Black Cat. And now in the comics, it says that after capturing Black Cat, the conversation was interrupted because they were talking by Carnage, and that is when Toxin first appeared. After he was attacked by or interrupted by Carnage, Carnage and Toxin brawled out and started to fight. Then Carnage goes after Black Cat, but Toxin, or aka Patrick in his symbiote form as Toxin, saves the Black Cat. And after he's done with his and after the symbiote goes away, he doesn't think really anything of it. After he transforms, he decides that he wants to use his symbiote powers for good, and this leads to teaming up with Spider-Man. And Spider-Man and him's first mission is to stop a armed robbery. Now, during this mission, Toxin, aka Patrick Mulligan, kept feeling the urge to murder and, just to like kill and bite all the heads off of all the robbers. And him actually saying this, he says he tells Spider-Man that he just meant that as a joke. So Spider-Man thinks nothing of it, but he was still having that, that urge to like just kill them because he has a symbiote, and symbiote's nature is to kill, to eat, to bite people's heads off, as we see with Venom multiple times, and Carnage. All symbiotes have that urge. Okay, so after Toxin finishes his fight with Carnage and Venom, he decides that he wants to help out with capturing criminals that escaped the raft. The first criminal that he starts off and tries to capture is King Cobra. Now, he visits someone called Mr. Hyde, and they meet on Rikers Island. Now he visits him, hoping that he gets some information on King Cobra. Now he gave him no information, but he did give him a piece of King Cobra's shedded skin that he recently just shedded off. Toxin, using this to track down King Cobra, he finds him and starts to fight, and he easily defeats him. Now shortly after the battle, Spider-Man comes to Patrick and asks him for his help against Razor Fist. Now this leaves a bloody bandage on Toxin. At this point in Patrick's life, it has been very hard for him to control his symbiote Toxin, because Toxin has been loving the violence and he's been loving catching criminals, but he hasn't gotten to eat any of them or to kill any of them, like for real. So he's still having that urge to murder criminals, and that urge is getting bigger and bigger, and it's making it more difficult for Patrick to control Toxin. But they do eventually track down Razor Fist. But because Patrick does not let Toxin eat anyone, Toxin decided to play a little trick on him. Instead of transforming into Toxin, Toxin transforms into a middle-aged old man. And this fight did not go on for very long. It was a very short fight, and Razor Fist got away. And well, they decided to track down some other criminals, such as the Answer. But because Patrick cannot track down Razor Fist, he thought of committing suicide. Mulligan attempted to jump off of a subway train. And once he did jump off, Toxin did help him, and he saved him, because this seemed to Toxin as a calling out for help. So after the attempt of suicide, Toxin and Patrick have taken down criminals like the Wrecker and Pile Driver, two members of the criminal group known as the Wrecking Crew. Patrick and Toxin, after them catching these criminals together, they decided to come on an agreement. And the agreement was that Patrick, he gets to spend some time with his family being normal. And exchange, Toxin, he gets to be, he gets his own little playtime and free time to go roam the streets and stuff. And he gets 2 hours of this. But these terms do not include arson and no grand theft or murder. Now, with Razor Fist still in the streets and like free, he decides to kill Patrick's father to gain more information on Patrick. Now, Toxin hunts the Razor Fist down. And after that, he takes his Razor Fist, defeats him, and he brings Razor Fist to justice. And he does not kill him. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. And with the information that I have, it seems that Toxin is not a bad guy, and he's actually a good symbiote like Venom. Now, like I said, like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so every time I post a new video, you get notified. I hope y'all have an amazing day, and stay safe, stay healthy. See you in the next one.